All right, we are live. Hey, how's it going? My name is Rick. I'm also known as Rick's 2 Cents. Thank you for joining Shop Talk Live with Steve from Steve Makes Everything
Yep.
and Roger from Roger Shop. How's it going? Looks like we already got quite a few people actually showing up in the live. Hey, how's it going, Clayton from Hawaii? Enjoying that nice weather.
We
Look
did
at
have kind of Hawaii weather here today. It was pretty hot, actually.
that. You know, it's funny that I wanted to actually kind of address what when we share these comments that are popping up, because I don't think people understand that we're obviously not in the same room. Some of us are not even in the same country. But these lives, but these lives, not even just like our own channels, but I don't know about you guys, but I'm live on Facebook, on my personal page, as well as Rick's 2 Cents. I'm live on Instagram, and I'm also live on it's not Twitter anymore. What's it? X? What's Twitter called now? Who knows, right?
I don't never belong to Twitter, so I wouldn't know. So.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm live on all of them. So the reason that I share these comments when they're popping up is because if you're live on one of my social media channels, or if you're live on Steve's or live on Roger's, that we can share them, because it's collectively grabbing all these comments and we're using StreamYard, and then we share it, because if you're not on that source, you won't see the comments. So someone's made a comment like, why am I showing it? And then the comment is that, why am I reading it? I don't necessarily have to read it. But the thing is that there's a lot of people who are doing things and they're listening. And then when they hear it, then they're going to sit in front of the computer because they have something to say. So not everyone's going to sit in a 2-hour live, just sit in front of the computer, because there are some people that will. But there are people that just have us with the volume blaring, and then they're jumping in the laptop to, jump in or, say something when it comes in. Just thought I'd mention that. Did you want to say something, Steve? Look like you're brewing for something.
No.
So there's a method to our madness. Wisconsin. Hey, how's it going, David?
Steven's back.
Yeah, so just a heads up, everybody, I will not be on next week's live. I have an all-employee meeting that I have to attend for work, so that the guys will be holding down the fort. But Steven is making it rain.
Yeah.
But this is our 28th live, so I promise on our 30th live, I will be doing a laser giveaway. So if you're not already, make sure that you already subscribe to each one of our channels. Make sure that you at least comment on at least one of our videos, and you share at least one of our videos to be eligible to win that. Because it would really suck to win and I check and wah. Hey, I always have a live stream going in my shop. See exactly what Jake said.
Is Jack in the shop new? I don't recognize the username.
Yeah,
Are you new,
so
Jack?
that's to my exact point, though. He always has, a live going on, listening to it while he's working. So a lot of people are doing that. So
yeah, Clack does, yeah.
Clack does that as well. Actually, asked Clack to join us this week. He's doing some of this and some of this. He's doing a little fishing. He's on vacation. So he may actually join us the week of the 30th on the laser giveaway. We'll see. Looks like I just got something in my inbox, so maybe that's him. No, we were talking earlier today.
You mean he chose to fish rather than come and talk to us? Where are his priorities?
Well, the other day he was on live, and he was in his tank top and looked like he just came off doing something. I'm listening while I work. See, again, so more and more people that they're doing other things, multitasking, so to speak, but they enjoy listening to us. So that's great. That's really good. I appreciate that, guys.
Well, he didn't say he enjoyed listening to us. He said he was listening.
Well, you didn't turn it off, so it has to say something. New Hampshire is in the building.
The Young and the Restless is over, so I'll listen to you guys.
So Roger was enjoying some really nice weather in Mexico, and he's back in the Midwest and stuck with us for a few days.
Yeah,
so
it's hotter.
How was your vacation?
It's hotter here, more humid than it was down in Mexico.
Yeah.
So going back again the 17th for a week, and so I think I make it about the 21st. I'll be joining you here from Mexico again.
Oh, you had a good connection last time.
Yeah, you actually had a really good connection. Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed on different condo in the complex, and this guy has a lot better router and everything set up. I think he has fiber, where a lot of the other places down there have cable.
Yeah. I saw a picture a buddy of mine yesterday posted in the Caribbean, and I was like, man. So a lot of people have been kind of commenting and posting on these shorts I'm creating from these lives, and I'm using an AI tool to kind of generate what are the 5 key points in each one of our lives. And I think what that's doing is a couple different things. One, it's obviously giving us a kind of an outline of where the lives are kind of going in, or direction that people are interested in. But it's also kind of bringing up topics of discussion that we could create videos on. That, for instance, Roger, there was a topic of, do you want to kind of touch on that? And then basically we have a topic come up that's really not, we can't sidebar the whole meeting, the whole live, and have a 45-minute discussion. But it could give you an idea of something you want to go more in depth and create a video from that. Roger just recently did that from our last live.
Yeah, we had it was quite a discussion about how to do these engraved on white tile, and there's what they call the Nicky Norton white tile method. Nicky Norton invented that method, or discovered it, and he put out a test grid that you could download. And well, when he did it, it was made pretty much for 2.5 of 5-watt lasers. Well, we've come a long way since then. So I showed how to create your own from Lightburn, or if you didn't want to do that, you could take his original and modify it for your 20, 30, or 40-watt laser. I also showed what happens when a USB cable fails in the middle of an engrave. I had that happen.
Yeah. So so that's kind of the point. Like I said, that it's not that we don't want to address your question. Sometimes it's a deeper topic, and then we can address it with the video for sure.
Then we had comments about, what's a good cheap thing to make when you're a beginner, and I got into the thing about earrings. So, little Halloween theme.
1, 2, 3, 4. I already gave it the more.
That was wood, and then we got the old bat out of acrylic.
There you go.
Had to have the wife's assistance on that because I didn't know what the hardware was called for any of that. So,
who was it? I forget. They came in our live and were saying that we should make earrings. That was like a big thing. Like,
that gal, can't remember her name now.
Can't remember her name, but
laser girl or something like that.
Oh, it was the laser chick? That's who it was?
Yeah, laser chick. Yeah.
Okay, it was a laser chick. Yeah, the laser chick. So she mentioned it, and it was funny how many comments came up. People kind of agreeing. I hate Lightburn. It's dropping Linux support.
What's up with that?
I didn't think Linux and Unix was still like a big thing that people use anymore.
It's not. It's not huge on the desktop, but people who are tech nerds tend to use Linux.
It's great for NAS systems.
Yeah.
Yes, I love making earrings. There you go.
Well, I'll have a video coming up on it. Hopefully maybe not this week yet, but early next week, on a bunch of Halloween earring ideas and pendants and that kind of thing. It's only August almost, but Halloween's not that far away.
Yes. So a good point that you brought that up, Roger, is that the one thing we always say is to make sure that you find a niche, right? It doesn't matter what type of laser you have, whether it be a diode laser, a CO2 laser, a fiber laser, it doesn't matter. We're saying find a niche, right? And expand upon your niche, but it's not a bad idea to have seasonal items, right? So, and these a Home Depot, Menards, a Walmart, it doesn't matter. They all have these seasonal items, right? And they're a big sale. So Halloween's a big thing. So I think it's important for us to kind of say, like, yes, you have your niche, but it's okay to have seasonal items, and you may have a fail or a success, but then once you have a success, expand on it. For instance, the jack-o'-lanterns, that I made last year, the lanterns, they sold out like that. So this year I'm already making them, So that's kind of the reason of my switch of my camera. You're not seeing the fiber lasers in the background. You're seeing this. It's because I wanted to show that in a bit, but yeah. So is there anything you guys are working on for Halloween?
Not for Halloween. My next video is gonna show people how to make these.
You made that from scratch?
Yeah. This was a board this morning. Well, actually, late yesterday. So is this one.
No, hold on. Pull it back. Let me see it. That looks pretty badass, actually. No, I like it.
Yeah, my wife has already claimed these two, but
So are you gonna put a little hole in the bottom, the back?
yeah, that's a drill press job. I'm not gonna
Right.
create go to the trouble of create a tool path on a CNC to punch a hole in something.
So Jack said I'm working on Christmas files now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be doing that shortly.
Yep. So here you go. A question about Lightburn or XCS. Just trying to learn one or the other. I have an S1.
Well, if you have an S1, I would say just learn XCS. Lightburn sort of officially has they have a Lightburn driver, but there's some challenges with I found some challenges with cutting on the S1 in Lightburn. Like if you do a material test from Lightburn, it'll come out as triangles, not squares. Like if you're doing a cut test, there's some weird problems. But you also miss some features that are in XCS for the S1 that you don't get with Lightburn, like multi-point focus, for example.
Yeah. So I think the whole idea of that is that to be backward compliant for someone who's just diehard Lightburn. But
Yeah.
then
Oh,
like
yeah. I get why they
right.
did
No,
it.
no,
Right?
I'm saying
There was big pressure to
right.
support it.
But I'm just saying this is a topic that continuously comes up in our lives.
Yeah.
So I think that there's going to be people who are just diehard Lightburn users, or they
Yeah.
don't
For
want a
now.
new learning curve. But then also there's going to be, like you said, unique features that they may have that Lightburn may not support.
Yeah, and that's what's driving it, right? Like I had a conversation with the Lightburn folks, I don't know, just before the S1 came out, because I had an S1 when it was still a prototype. And um, they said they really pleaded with the Lightburn guys to support it, and the Lightburn guys were, we're too busy. Well, I don't know, you're too busy for 38% of the market. I think you're either arrogant or stupid, right?
Yeah.
So that's what prompted them to build XCS,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. The
And
only
they
thing
have
that I
more
would,
people working on XCS than Lightburn has in their whole company,
yeah,
like software developers.
the only thing that I would say is that part that sucks is that when you have all these proprietary softwares, each individual laser manufacturer starts making their own, then it
Yeah.
creates like there's no standardization.
Yeah.
And then then the learning curve to jump from one to the other could be difficult. But I think if Lightburn kind of set a platform, then
Yeah, there are people, and I think it's kind of wishful thinking. There's people who are hoping Lightburn opens up their platform to other lasers. I don't think they're
you mean
going to
like
do.
open source?
Well, just opens it up so that somebody could plug a driver in for an atom stack or something, right?
Right.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah.
And of course, if you go to the Xtool people and you say, "Hey, I don't want to learn multiple platforms," they'll say, "Just buy Xtool lasers," right? And you won't have this problem. And but the reality is the reason, and it's the same thing with WeCreate, right? The reason they built their own is because they couldn't get support from Xtool to support all the extra features, because Xtool or Lightburn is a lowest common denominator kind of tool, right?
Crazy. I wanted to kind of share what I'm making, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
This is what I'm making.
And how big are these? These are like 6 inches tall or something?
Hold on, let me make sure. They are 8 inches tall without the stem.
And you put one tea light in them?
Yeah,
It's
so
bright
the reason is, so if you see behind me, this is why I changed. So I took an entire board. And at first I paint it white. The reason I paint it white is because when I paint it yellow, it's gonna pop a lot more.
Mhm.
And then so that when I put that little cheap Amazon, battery tea light, since the entire inside is yellow, that's how it glows so bright. It like exaggerates the light. So and painting it white first helps with the yellow.
Yeah, well, the white you're just basically using as a primer, right?
Yeah, base coat.
Yeah.
And a sealer too as well, so that the yellow can kind of pop a little bit more. So
Yeah,
then
because
that
the ones I made for tea lights were, I don't know, they were probably 4 inches square. I did a video a couple of Halloweens ago, if anyone's looking for it, and they're just made out of 3mm plywood.
Okay. Those
That's-
are fence pickets.
yeah.
I did
So
some little castles last year. Oh, I think I even got a video. Let's see if I can get a hold of that here quick. This is what I made last year, a bunch of these for Halloween, and
nice.
all of a sudden everybody wants to use them for napkin holders because dinner napkins fit in there perfect. So we sold a lot of them as napkin holders.
Jack, I used that on. I cut those out on the Ateza V35, but I'll be using a longer V1, and I think I'll be tag teaming between the two lasers. Just have it going, have them both running.
Yeah,
Thanks,
my B1 was running almost all day today.
Yeah. Yes, I love those lanterns. Your video made me start doing Halloween stuff. Yeah. So what I actually said is originally I was thinking of selling the files I created on Etsy, because I know there's a lot of people that have like their own Etsy store. It's not necessarily the stuff they sell, but like the files they use and things like that. And I said, you know what, I'm not going to do that. So anyone who's a member of my YouTube page, I'll just give it to them for free.
Yeah, see, I did both of those. For members, they're free, and if you don't want to be a member, that's fine. You can just go to Etsy and pay a couple of bucks and get
Maybe I'll do that.
Get the design.
But so far, all the files that I created, everything's available if you're a member for free. But I guess no takers, and I keep getting requests, and maybe I'll just throw it up on Etsy and create a store just under Rick's 2 cents.
Yeah, that's mostly what I sell on my Etsy store is designs. There's other stuff there, but it's more just presence awareness as opposed to I want to actually sell these.
Yeah, I just
think designs I sell a lot of.
I just think most influencers, their business, they don't ever really publicize right because they don't want copycats. So their Etsy store is just their files, but it's not their actual business Etsy store. They kind of hold that close to their heart because they don't want a million people copying all their designs.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly things I do for I do mostly custom stuff, right? So there's certainly things I do that I don't talk about on my YouTube channel.
Right.
But
OnlyFans didn't come out though.
leave my OnlyFans page out of this.
The silver fox. What can we say?
Yeah.
We make a lot of things here that it never gets seen on any of my videos or anything. Mostly personalized stuff. If I'm doing a personalized project for somebody for perhaps a mirror engraving or something, I have shown how to engrave a mirror before, but I don't show people's personal things at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get a lot of people that like TikTok, not necessarily YouTube, but people will say, hey, memorial stuff like sometimes takes me a little longer because I just put a little more extra care into it. So I'll tell them like, hey, I'll post it on TikTok, and if you want to watch it as it's progressively building, you can share it. And that's actually worked for me because generally the people who I'm making it for are the ones sharing it, right? And generating more business. But yeah, otherwise I don't really show on YouTube too many people's personal items, especially since it's mostly my niche is memorial.
Yeah.
I do have something to say though. We had a comment a few weeks back and kind of said that like, and we already kind of addressed this, but I want to address it again because as I'm going creating these highlights on our videos, I'm seeing it come up a couple times, time and time again, is that we're not kind of a pump. I would say that I honestly speak for all of us. We're not pump and dumps, right? We don't like tell you to go buy a product and then we're just on to the next. That we're really only reviewing products or recommending products that we actually use. And we do say goods as well as bads. And as long as there's more good than bads, it is what it is, right? Nothing is flawless, right? Right? Nothing is flawless.
I mean, I certainly try to do that anyway, right? I mean,
Right.
there's lots of lasers that are they're basically too small for me to use business wise, but certainly any of the like the S1 I used for probably 3-4 months. Now I've got the WeCreate 40 watt sitting on my workbench. But yeah, I just substitute them in every now and again and try the next one, right? But I generally put them through some good use. That's the S1, for example, when I discovered that the in the latest Lightburn, the cut test generates triangles instead of squares, right? That was just a direct usage on my own. But
Roger, do you want to address this question? Do you have a mirror laser engraving video? I believe you have a pretty nice one, if I recall.
Have a what?
A mirror engraving video?
Yes, I did my neighbor has a Pro Stock Camaro, and I asked him before I put it up, asked if it was okay. And I did a video on how to take that photograph and engrave it on a mirror, and he absolutely loved it.
Yeah, so check out Roger's YouTube channel. He has a few.
I did a mirror. Well, it happened to be a mirror. The video was more about glass engraving than mirrors, but I had a mirror handy, so I used a mirror. That was, I don't know, probably 2 years ago now, but it's out there.
Fat Luck Creations is back. Thank you for joining us again.
Hey, Fat Luck.
Hey, Kyle, I think I know that guy. So I just wanted to say that, and if you ever look at any one of my YouTube videos that is reviewing a laser, you'll never, honestly, unless I'm still early in the making, see just an unboxing video. And I know some people don't even like unboxing videos; they just want to use it.
I don't do unboxings either.
No.
So
no.
I do an unboxing video, and in most cases, putting it together that I kind of speed up. But I won't just be like people. I guess people's impression was they don't want to say every laser as you open it up, it's perfect. On to the next, and you're doing another review, and there's no other videos ever about that laser ever again. And on my, what's going on? Someone's trying to call me, and it's trying to kick me out of. I hate Macs how they put your cell phone and your laptop together. Sorry. I don't generally just do one video on a laser and you'll never see it again. I generally do, at least 5 to 7 videos on the laser, and you'll see me make different things with the actual laser. And then I may not continue to say this is this particular laser, like a video directly on the laser, but you'll see the laser and you'll know what it is. And just being transparent, it's because I fulfilled my obligations with the manufacturer or what I agreed to said I would do. But I never do just one video like it's great, buy it, and then you'll never see that video. You'll never see that laser on my channel again. That's just
I've definitely done a few where it's here's the laser and that was it. But again, those are ones that I just wouldn't use in my shop anyway, right? Because they're not heavy duty. But I usually like to try and do a follow-up of some sort when I can. Like the Sculpt Fund one I did, here's this 5 watt laser. This was a few years ago. And then I brought it back and did a laser module upgrade from Laser Tree on it. So upgraded it to 30 watt. And apparently lots of people had Sculpt Fund lasers because a lot of people reached out to me and said, hey, thanks for that. And quite a few people upgraded.
Nice. Clayton says, anyone have an extra laser they're not using or want to sell? You got to stay tuned for 2 lives from now on. This is our 28th live. On our 30th live, we're doing a free giveaway. You have an opportunity to win.
You're sending it to Hawaii.
No, he said that he would pay the difference. So he was the one that
for
was
shipping.
Commenting. Yeah, he was commenting last week saying free shipping only to United States. So if you win it, you're outside the United States. If you're willing to pay the shipping, You got it. It takes a really long time to review lasers properly. Agreed.
Yeah, you can't do it in 10 minutes. It's got to be an ongoing thing. And okay, how is it after you've used it for a couple months? And so you'll see repeated videos of the same laser on my channel all the time.
Yeah, I actually find it's way harder to do review videos. I'd rather do project videos, and I try to do as many as I can. But the laser manufacturers are pretty persistent. I've been bouncing a company away for a long time, and they just finally basically begged me to test a laser. So
Kyle says, can relate to Rick. I tried to spend 6+ months with the laser before I offer a long form opinion on it. Yep. Clayton says, I'll be there, yes, and I'll be paying shipping if I would. Good luck, brother. Good luck. We have quite a bit of in our audience, not just people who are laser grading for hobby, but a lot of people who are in the industry to make money. Not always necessarily a full-time gig, but a part-time gig. And it seems there's a growing amount of people who are also YouTubers, right? Because I think that YouTube is a great source to put your product out there for sale, right? Even if it's just making a video and then posting it on Facebook, rather than paying GoDaddy for a huge hosting plan for that files, because man, video files are huge.
Yeah.
So very cool.
Do you shoot in? Oh, you don't shoot in 4K, right?
I shoot in 5.7.
Yeah, but when you upload, is it 4K?
Yeah, it's 4K.
Yeah. They get to be pretty big, especially like I do 4K ProRes, and they're massive files.
Well, I used to upload in 8K because they said that you will get precedent and higher rates, that YouTube will bump you because they want people to to upload in 8K. But when I was uploading in 8K, it would take like 5 days for them to be done video processing. So I've had videos for 2 weeks still in video processing. So I wouldn't post it because most
of mine take like 10 minutes.
In 8K?
On 4K.
No, 4K.
No, right, exactly. 4K, yeah, it's almost instant. But in 8K, it was taking them like sometimes up to 2 weeks. I'd actually have to do the ticket thing, like report a problem, and then they would fix it. But it took way too long. And then if you post it before it actually has gone through its, process, it just looks horrible, like all blacky.
Yeah, well, plus if you make it public while they're still processing,
right,
you'll probably get the low res stream first.
Exactly.
And everybody will watch it, and then by the time the 8K stream comes out, everybody's seen it already. Right? So.
Exactly. So I just do 5.7 and then actually defaults to 4K. But 8K is definitely awesome, but yeah, it's not YouTube isn't there yet to process it, like a normal 4K video. If they were, I'd do everything in 8K.
What camera are you using with 5.7? Is it like a Blackmagic camera or something?
No, that's the
Oh, the Insta 360.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I am going to finally actually, and I said it a couple weeks, order the Insta 360 webcam, because just my daughter must have stuck something on a cloth, and I use it to wipe the monitor. I'm using the camera right now in my Mac Pro, and it looks like it did something. It created like a haze on the plastic.
Yeah, you have lipstick too now as a result of that.
I just saw you were sitting in a fog there.
No, so it does have that haze effect, and that's actually something. It like chemical burned the plastic or the lens over it. So
sure, it's not just like finger slime.
No, I can actually see it like a white,
like a sheen of some sort.
Yeah. So I think it lowered the picture quality, obviously, because you're looking through that. So I'm gonna order that webcam. So More to come on that. I do like the Ray-Ban glasses. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have two different sizes, and they said the standard size, oh, it'll be fine. To me, it looked like I was wearing little kid glasses. Like the actual lenses look too small on my face. I could actually go get them. But if I was to take these off and put those on, I kept doing that, right? But when I looked in the mirror, I was like, this looks small. And then it turns out I measured these ones in millimeters. You'll be proud of me. And they're the extra large size is the same size as these. So
Did you have to go get your wife to measure them for you in millimeters?
I used the ruler that I used to align the fiber lasers.
Oh yeah. It's like an 18-inch long
Yeah,
ruler, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I have a few of those.
Yeah.
They're nice because they're metal, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know how accurate they are.
Yeah. So when I measured, I realized, they're pretty much the same size as these ones. So I paid the difference. So the new ones, the ones I have, they're standard. They're a gloss black, and I guess the new ones I paid $87 for more. They're like a matte black. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah.
And all of this so that you can wear your glasses and record what you're seeing.
Yeah, so you can wear your glasses, record what you're seeing, or you can look at anything and ask it like, Meta, what is that building? And it'll tell you. Or you can press here and it records. Press here, it takes a picture.
I never look at anything long enough to make sure to make that worthwhile.
Yeah, or you go live. Like I went live on YouTube.
Now, do they have that feature they used to have back in the back of comic books where it's X-ray vision?
Nah, I would have paid for the upgrade on that one for sure. But
hello from Worcester. Do you say Worcester or Worcester or something crazy? I've been here. I used to my company's office was down in on the ring road there.
So is that like Worcestershire sauce like you put on the steaks?
Well, yeah, I guess. Because it's spelled wrong too for how you pronounce it.
Yeah. She's laughing.
Littleton, that's the name I was thinking of. I'm sure if you live there, you've been to Littleton several thousand times. The first time I was in Littleton, there was like a house and a gas station, and the last time I was there, there's like the whole road is full of tech companies and all kinds of things. It's just brutal. And there's a big mall on the corner there now.
So I was going to ask you guys for a challenge because I'm going to challenge myself. So I was going to see if you'd want to jump in on this challenge. And I think that when you're an influencer, you can get a laser for free. It's easy to say that this laser or this 3D printer or this whatever could generate income. But I'm going to challenge myself to take a particular laser, I don't care what it is, or a particular 3D printer, I don't care what it is, and say, what items could you make that in 90 days can pay it off?
Well, on my Bamboo X1 Carbon with the AMS on it, which was well over $1,000, I paid it off with the parts I make in about 6 months.
Okay.
90 days, you say?
90 days.
Well, if I go to one of these Creality cheapies behind me, yeah, I could do that in 90 days. Easy.
You could pay it off in an afternoon.
Okay, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, Roger, because maybe someone doesn't have 1,000. So maybe a cheapie is a 90-day thing to get their feet wet and then make more money to buy the next upgrade. What do you always say? Like your first purchase is the wrong purchase, your second one, and your third one is the right one?
Well, my reason for going with the Bamboo is because I needed to make a lot of parts fast. So normally I've got all these running up here. I don't right now because the humidity is so high, but that and it'd be loud on the live stream here. But yeah, the X1 Carbon makes stuff so fast that it kind of gives these other ones a little bit of a break, and actually lets me get caught up on maintenance on them, because a lot of people don't realize there's maintenance on 3D printers.
So what type of maintenance you generally have to do?
You got belts, you got nozzles that wear out, you've got nozzles that occasionally clog, you've got limit switches. That's a constant thing. I buy them by the bag full. You're constantly replacing limits.
It's because you're constantly hitting them?
that on the Z-axis, that limit. Every one of these Creality printers, that's a problem. And I know they make a proximity switch now, which is the non-contact. I may look into doing that if I decide to keep these.
Yeah, this is a tough question because I don't sell volume, right? So
No, not necessarily you, but it could be someone that you're
yeah.
giving the advice to, you know. And so
So the one thing I did make, and I don't know if anyone else on the live stream has a Onefinity Elite, but Onefinity Elite CNC machines come with a drag chain that's too small to put, like my spindle is liquid cooled, so I have to run 2 water cooled lines up to it, and the drag chain is too small for that, so I had to replace the drag chain, and then I had to build, as a result of that, a whole bunch of parts to hold it, and that necessitated I made basically anything on there that was any kind of mount for a cable or the drag chain. I 3D printed things for it. I could easily sell those, but it just seems like a lot of work because it was a lot of work to get mine going.
you went down the rabbit hole. The A1
Yeah.
Mini would be great for a print farm if your parts fit in the build volume.
Yeah,
Sure.
well, yeah, lots of, I don't know, Roger, you probably have an opinion too, but most things you're going to print on a 3D printer will fit on any small Creality printer or something. I mean, you can print bigger things, but I did end up building a 300 by 300 millimeter 3D printer just because I was printing boxes that were close to 300 millimeters. But,
I forget the name. I forget the name of the person's name, but I was talking on YouTube the other day. He makes these. They look like those Russian wood things where like a dowel goes into
Russian
another.
dolls.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It looks like that. I'm saying the shape, right, and how it opens. That shape, but inside of it was 5 animals, and they were random, like a cat, a dog, a dinosaur, like just random. And he's like 6-figure plus. That's all he makes. And I guess that the filament on that 3D printer, you can have something that have like a sheen to it. And he was creating like this crazy like metallic look. And
oh yeah, there's silky, there's marble, there's multicolored, rainbow, and there's a lot of things you can do with glow in the dark.
Right. And he didn't even tell you what animals you were getting. Just 5. And he's almost $200,000 business selling 5 little animals that are like this big. I was like, wow.
Yeah. See, if I was gonna make something in volume to sell, I'd probably use a CNC rather than a 3D printer.
I ended up buying into a, how do you say this? Trudon?
I'm not familiar with that one.
It's another one we don't know. Yeah.
$350 a month before they announced the Pro upgrade. So I caught between everything right now. Doesn't make money if it's sit and pulled apart.
I'm gonna have to look this up.
Wish Bamboo came out with a 300 build volume plus machine last year, which I print and I need volume.
I do too. I need the volume. That's why I needed a larger. I don't need the Z height. I need the X and the Y.
Yeah.
And I need the speed.
Yeah, that's where when you're spending money, spend it on getting speed for sure.
Yeah, and the Core XYs are so much faster than the bed slingers, so
Roger,
problems.
If money was an object and you could just go balls to the wall, what would be the 3D printer you'd buy?
Oh, I get all X1 carbons. I'm absolutely sold on them. And I bought this one. They didn't give it to me, or I'm not sponsored or anything, but it just blows these other ones right out of the water.
Is it like
they're definitely nice printers?
Is it a 3 or 4 color, a single color? What? I'm not familiar with it.
It's I have the AMS on it, so I can do 4 colors, but nice. I don't usually, unless I'm doing something for the great granddaughter, I don't print a multicolored model, because every time it switches between layers, it blows a lot of filament out, what they call the poop chute in the back. And then when it goes to the next layer, well, it's got to clear the extruder, so you're wasting a lot of filament that way. That, and it takes forever.
So this Trudon printer, it's about $1,000. I assume this is US price. It's basically a Voron printhead and a Core XY. So should be fast.
Yeah.
They say 500 millimeters a second. It's a 350 by 350 by 320 millimeter print size.
So I wonder if Dave, Mr. Clack, is listening to us fishing.
That would be true dedication. Yeah.
Every time I've ever said his name, about a good less than 5 minutes, you boom, keyboard warrior, he comes.
Oh, I saw a message pop up. I was betting it was him. Kyle.
A Trudon 2.0 is based on the Vernon 2.4.
Yeah, the Voron is a nice
3-hour
printhead.
assembly. But it's like a 3-hour assembly instead of a 40-hour pre-assembled base and wiring and gantry. Bolts right up, and it's top connected, terminated connections. Yeah, that's the only reason I haven't put my CNC together yet. And I know I told you I've had it a while, right? I know, man. I've been so busy. I'd like to try to probably get this weekend. I'm kind of getting caught up in the line.
You did hear me say that if I was going to build anything for money, I would probably use my CNC.
Yeah,
I'll make wooden spoons.
I think it was like, maybe I'm lying now, but I want to say it said like 8 hours or something ridiculous. Or
it must be a Genmitsu, like a SainSmart.
Yeah, I don't even remember. They're probably mad at me. You know, I didn't give them a date when I would do the review, but it's been sitting for a while. I saw that hours long, and I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah.
Well,
some of the Genmitsus take a while to put together.
My very first CNC was a 3018 generic. It was called an Anbol. There was literally nothing pre-assembled on it. It literally took me all day to put it together.
Yeah, I had a first generation Genmitsu 3018, and it was the same. It came as a big box of parts.
Yeah. I guess you want to hear me swearing. Yeah, that may happen then.
Yeah, maybe you should live stream that. Rick puts his CNC together.
Do you
and we can just sit here and throw out insults as we go.
What is Rick doing?
Yeah, why is he using a 3 millimeter bolt in a 4 millimeter hole?
How come he's on mute? He doesn't want to hear you swearing the whole time. My first CNC was a PNC CNC. I had to 3D print a lot of the parts.
Yeah, that's first principles for sure.
I got into, how do you say,
Genmitsu
318. Then I was extended, but I haven't had a chance to use it since I'm also into lasers, sublimation, 3D printers. Nice, and yeah,
you have too many things.
Roger and I both do it apparel as well. I do DTF, DTG, sublimation. So yeah,
I do sublimation. In fact, I got one of them on tonight.
Nice one.
I built one T-shirt with sublimation, and that was it. It's
yeah,
like, this is too much work.
Yeah, I bought an Epson 570. It's like a large format sublimation shirt because I thought my wife would use it because DTF and DTG are a little more intricate. Dude, that printer just sits. It was like, I think they're like $3,000, a little over $3,000. Man.
Well, I've got for a large format, I've got a Sawgrass SG1000, and it gets used. So the only thing I complain about is the price of the ink. They're really proud of it, and it's proprietary.
They say it's proprietary.
Yeah, you can definitely load with aftermarket. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of aftermarket stuff for that. But yeah. But now with DTF, the whole idea is they're coming out with 8 colors instead of the old CMYK kind of deal. And supposedly really supposed to bump up the print quality. But the only thing I'm concerned about that is that drivers, right? you take a picture and you send it to somebody, and the color looks one way on somebody's monitor, and when they're printing out, it's a total different color, and now you're throwing in a whole new color combination. That's something that has me concerned.
Oh, did I just there we go.
I sublimated some tumblers, and they are very okay. I have no idea how durable they are going to be.
Well,
if
you squeeze them and they bend, I've seen some like that. We had my granddaughter had picked up some bargain one somewhere. When we put them in the tumbler press, they went oval.
Oh wow!
And I don't have the pressure set real hard on it. I mean and so then we had to put them in 90 degrees and oval them back so we get them round again. So I had to back the pressure way off on it. But if you squeeze the tumbler hard, you could dent it.
Yeah, definitely probably not dishwasher safe, but hand wash should probably last a long time. I agree. I stopped using my sawgrass. Once I started hearing about ink, I feel my blood pressure rising. I never want to deal with clogs from DTG or anything. Yeah, DTG is actually not too bad. With DTF, man. But DTF is getting a lot better. The inks have come a long way. The powders come a long way. The films come a long way. And they're finally not converted printers. They're actual printers made for DTF.
I've been getting offers from different companies to, demonstrate their DTF printers, and I'm not set up for that, and I don't want to. So
yeah, so I got offered a printer from someone. Drove out there, did this whole big presentation with them, got everything good to go. I actually had to redo my siding, redo a door. We talked about this once before. Do a whole kind of construction, reinforce my stairs, and they backed out. I was so pissed. But it is what it is. But I think I have two people who've been really kind of talking to me about it, and I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll have a huge commercial DTF printer in my house soon. We'll see.
You can send me your old one.
Yeah, I have two of them. I have shakers and commercial dryers, everything. The whole thing.
I mean, the reason I don't have one is because I don't know how much I would use it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Lots of people keep asking me about T-shirts and stuff, but it's like just do I mean, because I use Kittle, you can literally push a button and get a T-shirt, right? And you don't have to do anything. So
when I first started doing things, my whole niche was like starter businesses, right?
Yeah.
So I've designed their website, designed do their logo, business cards, flyers, T-shirts. I would literally do a start to finish, new business. And that's kind of how I started getting into all these different things, But yeah.
One shirt I made, it's extremely simple. It's got 3 words on it: may contain rum. That's what's on the front of it, and it's just in black block letters. And I sold a whole bunch of those.
Yeah, when it was DTF, I was like one of the first 5 in the United States who had the DTF printers. Early on with the conversions. Now it seems like just everyone and their mama has them, but they have these L1800 converted, desktop converted versus a commercial. With a commercial grade DTF printer, you can print 300 shirts in 45 minutes. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like you can make some money. It's like a license to print money, but it's expensive, right? And it's heavy. So you're getting it imported, so you're going to pay that tax.
Well, you'll at least be paying UPS or somebody to ship it to you, right?
Yeah, for sure. So anybody have any questions, anything laser related or woodworking related, let us know. I just started engraving on my kids' jeans and they love it. So are you like tearing them, get the tear look, or are you literally just removing the color and making it white? Just curious.
The way I've done it, and I did it for the great granddaughter, was put little stars on her denim jeans, and just basically takes the indigo blue out. It doesn't weaken the fabric at all. You got to go with like 10% power and like 5,000 millimeters per minute. You got to really move it.
So Roger, for starters, you don't have to lie that if they were your jeans. No, there's no one judging you. He's got the disco Rick James playing. He's dancing with the stars.
It's stars along the bottom.
Get down on it. Get down on it.
Hey, I used to wear the big bell bottoms and have the red and white handkerchiefs sewn around the bottom, and the bell bottoms were so big you couldn't see my feet, and the big bell sleeves on the shirts. Yeah, I did. I was in the disco days.
There you go.
I can still do a little bit of the dancing, but not very long.
Well, that sounds like a challenge to me.
Do the hustle. Too funny. Yeah. But, it's good too that I know Steve has a well polished studio for recording. It's not necessarily where he's working, but for recording.
Yeah, I'm looking at getting another camera actually. So this is a Sony Cinema camera, but I'm looking at maybe getting like a Sony FX30 or something to keep in my workshop.
Okay.
And just set it up when I need to record something.
Yeah. So the point that we're saying that is that if you look in the background of Roger and us, like we're not in a $2 million wood shop. You know what I mean? Like literally, you can make money and make something out of your home. And when you're seeing Steve's background, that's not where he works on wood. That's just where he made it to make a video.
Videos here.
To make a video look more presentable. So don't think like, you have to have this $1 million shop, or you have to have this, Uber shop to start making money, or even just to make videos.
Or you get one that's just cluttered like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I'm sure that's on a good day. It looks like that.
So when I was filming in my workshop, there was a lot of things you didn't see in my workshop.
Yeah,
like opposite. So the camera was pointed at me at my workbench, but opposite of that was my tractor parked there, and I had other things, wood stacked up every place.
Yeah,
it's a mess.
I just bought 300 fence pickets. Like it's stacked in the corner. I don't know if you can see it. See it over there? Stacked in the corner.
And what are you gonna do?
I'm making those jack-o'-lanterns.
Oh, for your jack-o'-lanterns, yeah.
Yeah, so so I'm making those, and then I have 3 stores that I used to sell. I haven't sold a lot, but I used to sell 3 stores to carry all my shirts for my apparel company. I haven't put out any shirts in a long time, so I was talking to them, and I was like, "Hey, I got these jack-o'-lanterns. Would you guys sell them?" They're like, "Yeah." So that's another thing, guys. You guys can partner with local businesses and say, "Hey, let me give you a cut." So basically, what I said is, I sell these for $35. If you buy them outright right now, I'll give you, I'll let you make $10 off me. But if the inventory is going to sit here and you pay me when they sell, then you're only going to make $5 off me. And you let them do it, And sometimes they're like, "Oh, it'll sell. I'll buy them right now." So then you unload 50 of them, and you do that 3 stores, you can unload quite a bit.
Well, that's where most of my tumblers and mugs go that we sublimate on, as they go to these, well, they're kind of like boutique shops, but they're a little off the wall. They're not your run-of-the-mill, go in and find cute things.
Here's a good question from Easy DIY. I know what you're going to answer, Roger, but you can answer it.
You all use the longer B1. I'm looking to get the 20-watt upgrade from 10-watt D1. Is this a good idea? General use in cutting only.
If you're going to do cutting only, and if you can afford to go 30 or 40 watt for just cutting, I mean, my B1's a 40. I actually have a 30-watt head too, but I keep the 40 on it, and it's just exclusively for cutting, because I could do everything so much quicker. And if I'm running, a batch of something, in fact, I get my little earring out here that I made. This was done on the B1. That's 1/8-inch plywood.
So it's important that you said that. See, so that's plywood. You don't have to use acrylic. So it wouldn't have to be a CO2 laser.
No,
and by painting it,
this
still
was done
has
on
the look.
I did this one on longer B1. That's black acrylic. Of course, you can't do clear.
Yeah, black acrylic is really the only thing you can reliably cut on a diode laser.
Yeah, I'm going to make a few out of clear acrylic too, but that'll be done on my CO2.
Yeah.
And it'll wonder what's going on because I'm not making unicorns. That's what I usually make on it.
Yeah, keep in mind, Roger, that he's upgrading from a 10 watt D1. So 20 watt, yeah, it'll be better than a 10 watt if you're doing cutting.
Yeah.
But if that is your primary use case, I'd say go at least a 30 watt, and you can get a 30. I think you can get a 30 watt B1 still.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I got a 22 watt Elgo. I use it more than my 60 watt CO2. Not.
Yep. My Algo laser is sitting on the floor right now in my shop.
My Algo is sitting with a bunch of stuff stacked on top of it up here.
You have an Alpha though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I have that. I don't know if this one's a Delta or an Alpha, but I like the Delta. It's a really nice. It's a really nice laser.
In fact, my Astro is also sitting over there with a bunch of stuff stacked on it. So.
Yeah, although most of my work with laser stuff is done with CO2 because I don't do a whole lot of engraving. It's mostly cutting. If I'm engraving, I'll probably use my CNC for things.
So it's 7:30, guys. You guys want to see if we can invite anyone in on us, or want to wait for next week? We're kind of doing that. It seems like.
Yeah, I'll ask the crowd here if anybody wants to join.
Hey, so if anyone
can't be Clayton tonight.
Let us know, guys, if you are interested. I shouldn't say guys, ladies or gentlemen. If you are interested in joining tonight's live, let us know. I can go ahead and start the competition and allow someone to join our live.
Personalized embroidery.
I've been doing personalized embroidery for years and wanted to add more personalized touch. I got a laser, Mir 9. Any recommendations on what good wood I'd be using? Baltic birch.
If you're cutting plywood, Baltic birch is the way to go. Yeah, I mean you can get it at the hardware store too. You don't have to buy like laser grade Baltic birch. Just realize at a hardware store it's probably not going to be flat.
Yeah.
So you'll have to. I have about 3 sheets worth cut up and stacked up in on my floor right now with a bunch of weight on them.
Yeah. I do the same thing.
Yeah, so if you look in the corner, actually you probably can't see it. There's a workout bench over there. I just take my 45-pound plates, stacking on wood.
It's gonna say, who comes to your house and works out?
It's tucked away in the corner. There's quite a bit of dust on it, so I don't know. The guns haven't been used in a while.
Oops.
Kyle, jump on. Jack in the shop. I'm mobile. ATM can't. LOL. Let us know here. You know what was it?
The Mira 9 is a nice laser.
Yeah.
Another thing with the Baltic birch plywood like this. Whoops, that's Baltic birch on that side. This is from Home Depot, but on the other side, it's got like this bizarre looking stripes. But you can make some really unique backgrounds and finishes too. So it kind of depends on what you want to do with it. This is a back layer from a cut sign. So if I took the other half of it and put it against the, I don't know how well that'll line up.
It's not bad.
You get a contrast.
Yeah, it looks all right.
Yeah, so if Eon's watching, they're probably like, "Told you, Rick, you could have had one of these. You could have had one."
I'm debating. So Monport pinged me again yesterday, and I'm debating actually retiring my home built 90 watt laser and doing some kind of an upgrade. But I don't know. It just takes so much time. I've already got that time invested in my 90 watt CO2.
So let me go ahead and share this. So notice it says exclude winners when doing multiple drawings. I'm unchecking that, guys. So if you are to enter it repeatedly, you will get entered more than once.
Yeah, we're looking at you, Clayton.
So As you see in the ticker below, I will hide this stream, but
can't fault his methodology though.
yeah. So I previously commented, and it made me win some crazy way. So I'm not commenting. I'm putting it in the bottom below. So
You won twice last week.
I know. So yeah. So if you type in the comments Shop Talk Live as shown in the ticker, it will automatically enter you into the drawing. So let us know.
As far as magnets, I use like either you can get magnets if you know what a 2032 battery looks like. Those discs that are about the size of a quarter. You can get magnets that are that size, and they're actually pretty thin. Check on Amazon; they're always there.
Yeah.
And they have reasonable holding power, and they're thin enough that if the laser head passes over them, it doesn't like knock things out of kilter. Those are the ones I use. You can just make yourself some hold downs too.
Yeah. Earth magnets. Collecting dust at the moment. Need to use it more. All kinds of nicely veneered plywood out there, for sure.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would say when you're buying that, don't buy in little sheets. Buy a table saw and cut it yourself. Don't pay a premium price because somebody cut it small.
You can usually get the hardware store to cut it for you anyway. You buy a whole sheet and cut it.
Right.
The thing I noticed at I think it was Home Depot recently, 3mm plywood, 1/8" plywood that's good two sides is the same price if it's birch or if it's cherry or oak. It doesn't really matter. So if you want to do some finished project, you can. It's the same price basically as.
Or if you want to do an overlay to kind of make different effects, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's all at least in my local store, it was all the same price. Didn't matter what kind of what. So it's good two sides. So one side is always birch, but the other side could be birch, walnut, cherry, oak, and they're all the same price.
Nice. Thanks, guys. I'll go 30 watt. I have to get to work now. See you next week. See you next week. He's DUI.
Care, man.
No.
Thanks for stopping in.
I assume, man. Sheep.
Oh,
he's a sheep.
Shop Talk Live.
I'm looking at his logo.
Shop Talk Live.
There we go.
There we go. Shop Talk Live.
We got to get Mickey on. He looks a bit like Santa
Live.
Claus. We were talking about Christmas. He's got the nice beard going there.
Yes, hardware stores will do a few cuts for free too. Some lumber yards too. I think Home Depot only do like so many cuts, and then after so many cuts, they charge you.
Yeah, if you buy 50 sheets and you want them cut up into 1-inch squares, they're probably going to charge you.
I literally saw a guy one time come in with plans. And I'm cutting it all up.
Can you cut this for me?
Yeah. I was like, dude, you don't know a saw, bro? What the hell?
Yeah. If I buy a bottle of glue, can you stick it together for me too? I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
Those are magnets I use. They are bigger than a quarter and are, how do you say that?
Neodymium.
Rare earth.
Some of those can be so strong you can't hardly get them off the honeycomb bed.
Yeah. Especially if you stack two of them together and then they stick on the bed, you're basically getting a screwdriver to haul them off.
Oh yeah.
In Hawaii, it's $70 for a 3mm 4x8.
Wow. You get screwed even more than Canadians do.
How much was it by you, Steve?
$50 Canadian. So that's about $35 US probably.
I think the last time I was over there at Home Depot was $28 a sheet for 1/8".
Yeah.
I get 4x8 sheets cut in half, long ways, then 3-foot sections, leaves me with 4 2x3s and 2 2x4s used on my CO2. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I usually get them cut in quarters because my CO2 will take 2 feet by 4 feet.
Shop Talk Live. Here we go. What time do we want to give it till?
Oh, let's make it another 10 minutes, maybe. Quarter two.
All right. 42. We'll hit it at 42. Let's see how many entries we have so far. All right, it's going. It's going good. So, like I said, if you guys type it more than once, it's more than one entry. So feel free to flood the comments.
Oh, you did that again?
We won't lie. It helps the algorithm. So boom, boom, boom.
Clayton's already suffering a repetitive strain injury from last week.
Control
2 weeks
V,
ago.
Control V, copy, paste,
Yeah.
paste, paste,
Control
paste.
C, Control V.
Yeah, or Command V.
We'll see how many times Rick wins this week.
I did not comment this time.
He didn't. Yes, he didn't answer.
Yeah.
So I have a video coming up since we talked about lasers and not abandoning them once we review them. I'm going to do a review of the Commarker B4 versus the F1 Ultra.
Okay.
I mean,
Head
there's
to
some
head?
obvious differences, but just head to head just to see how they are, because the B4 is quite a bit cheaper, right? But it doesn't have a diode laser built in. A couple of other things. There's another one I'm looking at. Let me see if I can find it here. Which I've now lost.
Yeah, I've turned on quite a few laser reviews, and
Yeah, I'm trying to do fewer of them because I want to do more project work.
I just had an offer from MechPow to do one of their Class 1 lasers. I'll see if they actually send it or not. But I said, yeah, I'll do one on a Class 1. I'm not interested in your Class 4 because I've already done that.
sounds like a good small machine comparison.
Have you gotten any hits from a company called Tooka? TOOCAA?
No.
No.
They have a laser, and they've been badgering me like crazy, and now I got a rep hitting on me, and it's like, I don't want it. It's basically it's an enclosed laser, but it's basically an open frame laser with a plastic box on top and acrylic box. And I look at their website and they say, well, it's a class 1 laser. And I look at it and it's like a open frame laser. So there's feet sticking out the bottom and it's open underneath. There's no way that's class 1. And they said class 1 certified. I don't know how.
Now imagine if you open the lid, it'll just keep running too.
Oh, probably. Yeah, because it's really just acrylic. You can see it, right? And I said, like, viewers don't want that stuff anymore. They want safety.
So who sounds familiar? I think we got hit by them recently too.
Yeah, they're I get that they're trying to drum up business or a new company, but
How many watt laser was it?
This one was a 20, I think, but I think it goes up to 40. But I just looked at it and went like, ugh, it looks a lot like the frame itself looks a lot like a D1 Pro, but I don't know, it just didn't inspire me. And I looked at it and went, I got a whole corner full of things I'm not ever going to test.
Yeah, I'm not an X-Tool guy like you guys. I did talk to one of their higher executives, but nothing came of that. So now maybe you guys got to plug me in X-Tool. I don't know. They don't like me.
I don't know. We have to teach you the secret handshake, and that could be a problem.
You guys are going to be on TV doing this?
Well, as a electrician, I was already a member of the Secret Society of Button Pushers. So
there you go.
Oh, there it is. M Smart. They're coming out with also a 20 watt fiber, 20 watt diode laser. So I might look at that one too. They've been asking me for a while too.
Nice. There's this company in Texas that's big into. We talked about purchasing. I think they're called SA something. Purchasing a laser that's U.S. rebranded, because we all know they're from China, right? I don't care what brand they are. Versus purchasing something in stateside, and why are you paying so much more stateside? And really the reason you'd want to be paying the stateside, the premium price, is for support, right?
Yeah,
that's what you're paying for. And this company, man, they have like a couple week course. And supposedly, like, you come out the ground running, right? They are doing like amazing things. I've been trying to hook up with them for a while, like American-based company. Like, I'm for that, man.
Trotec. I don't know if you know them. They build like industrial kind of lasers, right? So
Yeah, but Trochex is
they
one
have
of,
a lot of training too, and
yeah.
and
Trochex like Eon though.
yeah, it's definitely yeah. Their lasers are definitely probably 3 times the price of a Aeon laser too.
Right.
They're I think they're Swiss or something. Nice lasers. I'd love to have one, but
that's Acuitas, San Antonio laser.
there you
Exactly.
go.
Yep. They do some badass things, man. Like,
That's
wow.
good.
You know, and that's the only company I've ever seen that literally will like out the gate say like, come here, we'll train you. Like there's no reason you can't make this kind of money purchasing this laser. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah. Kyle has clearly looked at Trotec lasers too. Yeah, I looked at them. I also looked at Epilogue lasers when I was looking for one for my shop, but they're just insanely expensive. So it's like you don't want to spend 40 or 50 grand for a laser, right? It's like you got that thing has to be running 24/7 in order to pay for itself.
So my fiber laser, my 30-watt Eon influencers were on the Facebook group for them, and we're stealing all their settings, and then and then setting it to Eon, and they were creating documentation, giving out like it was their own. That's like, man, I would never do anything like that at all. Nah.
Yeah.
Sales is great for training, but the price machine is not sold. I've heard about things about the training. Sales is great for training. The price machines is not sold on, but I heard things about the training. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're 100% paying more for it. But the difference is, like, I'm not saying Chinese manufacturers won't support you, but for one, we're in a crazy different of a time zone, right? Unless you want to talk to them, you got to stay up 2:30 in the morning. They're not gonna talk to you at 2:30 in the morning. You have to talk to them at your 2:30 in the morning. That's just the way it is. So, if you're in the middle of business and it shuts down, like, you're SOL.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
If you bought something stateside and it's a normal, your normal Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday, your business hours, you can call a toll-free number and say, I need help. So that's really what you're paying the extra price for. A lot of these companies, they don't even have them. They're actually drop shipping it directly from China straight to you. So it's not even like they have it in their warehouse and they sold it and then they send it to you. They don't even have it. So like you're literally paying double the price for that support. But if you need it, you need it.
Yeah, but that is a big difference between a typical North American company and a typical Chinese company, right? Xtool is not bad for support, but most of the laser companies, their support is questionable at best, right? It doesn't even matter, like if you were willing to stay up at 2:30 in the morning, but most of them don't even have a support group, right? They want to sell you a laser and move on, and it's something I've tried to impress on a couple of companies in China. Like, you got to have support, otherwise people will hate you, and it just, I don't know, it seems to fall on deaf ears.
Longer has been pretty good with support. Creality, not so much. They're absolutely horrible.
Yeah, I've gone through a very, very long and lengthy time frame wise email exchange with Creality in the past. And it's just like, at some point you just go, I'm going to throw this away and I'm going to just buy another one.
Here we go.
The winner is...
Ooh.
Hey, we get Mickey. Hey, there you go.
Mickey, are you in the building? Mickey.
Now we can talk all about what we're going to make for Christmas.
Mickey, are you in the building?
He's there. Oh, no. Where'd Mickey
Congrats,
go?
Mickey said. Oh, okay, Mickey. Let me share this for you really quick. Send me an email, and I will email you back a link so that you can join us. And do me a favor, if you would not mind, just comment in the comments below once you sent it so that I know. But I will be paying attention. we got our winner. Very, very cool.
Yeah, and don't post it on Facebook.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think companies in general, laser companies, need to do much better on support. Like I've heard horror stories about all of them, honestly. Even X2O we create longer, not as much with longer, other than they're a bit slow to respond sometimes. But
Kyle said, yeah, customer support is something a lot of companies seriously overlook. The customers too, until they have a problem. I got
yeah,
something coming for that actually.
yeah. Now there's a real reason for why they do that, right? Why it's so bad? It's because they're all in a race to the bottom from a price perspective. So they really don't make like when I was talking to Longer a while back, they really don't make a lot of money on a laser.
I ordered it, my import, never received it, and lost money. The support sucked. How did you not receive it? Like, I hope you paid with a credit card, so you disputed
Yeah,
the
I say
charge.
I'd be reporting that to the credit card company.
Yeah, dispute the charge. Yeah, I see on Facebook all the time. You see these boats, and then you see like all these floating cards, containers. And I would say, "There's your laser. There's your DTF printer.
There's a
your
container
supply."
floating out there somewhere with Monport's logo on the side.
Yeah, exactly. I keep getting these emails from AARP. I'm not old enough yet.
I get them all the time, but I'm beyond old enough. But I don't need it.
So Thunder Laser keeps emailing me. So come on, Thunder Laser, let's make a deal.
Yeah, they've sent me a couple of messages. The thing is that none of these companies have any real kind of strategy, right? They just kind of shotgun things out, and you get like, I'll get Longer is really bad for this. I'll get like 5 emails a week for Longer Laser, but it's from 5 different people, and they're all at foxmail.com. Like none of them are actually Longer employees.
So I got an email from Longer. There was someone high up, and that's how I got the Longer B1. But then I get like you said, it's like they come in like,
waves. Yeah, there'll be a wave where you'll get like 3 or 4 of them in a day, and they're all from different people.
Yes, I did report it and got some money back, not all. How's that possible?
Oh, should have got it all back.
Yeah.
We need to hear more about that. Nothing yet. Let me check the spam.
Yeah,
I haven't heard anything
I'm
from
talking to laser companies, though, I just badger them on support. Like, you've got to support your product.
I haven't heard anything from a Tezer. Have you, Roger?
From who?
A Tezer.
No.
I get sale things from them all the time, but yeah, I don't know. They seem to be on life support right now.
Nothing yet. Come on, brother.
Let's go. Who they were owned by. Was that an Atom Stack group company? Or?
No. Atom Stack is Iker.
Iker, yeah. But I'm trying to think. There was another laser at the time the P2 came out. There was another laser from someone else that was exactly the same.
Yeah, chargebacks are there as long as the customer. I'm sorry. Yeah, chargebacks are there as a layer of customer protection, 100%. Not a great experience with a Tezer. I felt out.
There's a company that makes a half decent laser, but their support is non-existent.
Unfortunately, I've not had to contact them for anything, but the laser's okay.
The only thing that I would say about a Tezer is that they had a great Facebook group. So it was almost like people helping each other.
But you see, that's what they rely on, right? Is a group of people who all have the laser. They all are suffering the same pain, and they get together on Facebook and solve the problem. So they're trying to community outsource their support.
Yeah, it's like when I had the Tesla the P5 5-watt, and then they sent me the V35. I fried the board because I followed their directions and it was wrong. So then when I got the new parts and I upgraded to the V35, I took the manual, scanned it, and made corrections to how you should connect it, and posted it online. And people were like, "Oh, thank you," But it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I actually like my I like the laser. It's pretty good.
Yeah, like I said, Roger said it too. They make a decent laser, but you got to have support, and they don't, right? It's just like it's literally non-existent. The only place you get support is from some other user who has the same pain you have with that laser on Facebook.
Well, I get a lot of comments on my video. My laser, and not just necessarily Answer, but any of them. My laser's doing this, and not doing this, and I emailed the company, and I haven't heard back. And how do I fix it? Well, if they're specific enough, I can usually walk them through it. But if they're just saying, I plugged in my laser and it won't come on, well, okay.
Yeah, I get a lot of those.
Yeah,
and the real problem that so I'm happy to help people, but I feel really bad when somebody says, I have all these problems with this crappy laser and you recommended it. It's like, okay, I didn't build it though. Right? The one I got was fine.
There you go. We got a winner. All right, so let me go ahead and provide the link. I got your email, Mike. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I got 17,000 views on the Tesla. That's the upgrade video from the P5 to the V35.
That's pretty old though, right?
It says, Rick, can you pick someone else? I'm not set up for video conferencing. Well, Mike, you can still join from your phone. And I think most phones have a camera. Is that something you're willing to do?
Well, I did the live stream last week from a Samsung tablet, of all things.
Yeah, hey, don't be intimidated by any means by us. You can join from a phone or let us know before I restart that.
Well, thanks for watching them.
Yeah, I actually closed it out. Roger, I've been watching your beginner series and learned a lot. Thank you for doing them all.
Got a couple more to come here in the next week too.
Yeah, so what I'm going to be focusing on is I'm going to take a diode laser. I think I'm going to do the longer B1, and I'm going to say what are some seasonal items that are kind of a slam dunk, right? Because I think you have to find your niche. That's what we said, time and time again. You have to find your niche, but that seasonal items are not a niche. They're just something that's going to sell, but it's only temporary. That's why you have these pop-up stores, right? They're successful for a reason. And then you can add on to your seasonal items. Oh, he said respin. Oh, I closed it out too. Let's see, what time is it?
How is it?
We got 7 minutes. We might just have to do it next week, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Or I can just scroll back and pick a name.
You want to?
Sure.
All right, Steve's going to do the old school way where he's just going to scroll up like this and just grab a name.
Well, I'm actually just looking at all the number of votes, basically. So Kyle.
Kyle?
Yeah, he voted the most.
All right, Kyle, you won. Let's see, let me grab him. No, David did quite a bit too.
Yeah, it was a toss-up. That's why I was pausing. It's like 4, and this one was 5. So that's why Kyle won today.
I don't even see Kyle. I mean, I see him, but I don't see him comment the shop talk.
He's there.
Share it.
You mean share it?
Across from the top.
Here, just take that one.
Oh yeah, I know. I was trying to find him. I was trying to find him doing the hashtag. I didn't see it.
Oh, maybe he didn't. Oh, geez, yeah. Sorry, Kyle. Oh no, I found some more David ones anyway. Grab David.
All right, Dave, you won, brother. You still in the live? Dave, you still in the live? Let us know. Let us know. Kyle says he didn't enter. Heart, Dave. All right, Dave. Do me a favor and send me an email so I can send you.
I just went by the sheer number of comments that Kyle had put in there tonight. Please send me an email and then we will get you going. Very cool. All right, we'll see you and we'll see Dave in a second. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. We've been bringing people in. Yeah, it's always good to just find out what people are up to, right? Both skill level wise and like last week when Clayton was here, right? It's just like, look at these awesome things, right? Like, you know. Is that your dog barking?
Yeah, somebody must be outside. Just a few Duchess. She's above me. I'm in the basement. Just a few content creators shooting the poop and hanging out. Exactly. All right, waiting to see the email come in. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Yeah.
Good. Clayton enjoyed it. We lost you a little early, but the family's important too.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think it's safe to assume that, people kind of know when it's a cheaper laser, there may not be as well support.
Yeah, when you're buying a 30-watt laser that's $300, you have to ask why it's 300, right?
Right.
And usually where it's going to hurt is certainly cheaper parts, but definitely support.
Yeah.
Take care, Gord.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
Nothing yet. Come on, man. Send her out so we can get you fired up. I had I want to share something, but I'm kind of holding off. Hopefully I got some really good news coming soon.
Good
I was
news.
like, hopefully I got some good news soon.
Well, now you've enticed us.
Yeah. Our friends from China, they like to send us nice gifts.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they're nice gifts. Sometimes it's just a bunch of work.
Yeah. Looks like John Deere's doing a ton of layoffs here in the Midwest.
Yes, and Moline is where their world headquarters is. It's very close to here. It's in the Quad City area, and they've laid off, I think, 200 and some out of the corporate part there, in addition to laying off a lot of the line workers at Harvester Works and Seeding Planter. The Waterloo Works. There's 3-4 factories up there in Waterloo, Iowa. I don't know about the ones down south or out east.
Sounds like this is a good time to get a side hustle going.
Yesterday, they sent out an email to their dealers, and one of the dealers screenshot it and posted on Facebook and said 4 different model tractors do not sell. because I guess when you brake hard, the frame breaks in the front, and until they've resolved it, and then one of them was a John Deere 1025R, and I have a 1025R. So people are like, "Don't brake hard. Your front frame just breaks off. You're going to be in trouble." So I guess because you technically legally can drive them on the road. I drive mine down the street, you know.
But doesn't it only go like 10 miles an hour?
Yeah, but I'm not driving across town. I like, instead of me lugging 2 5-gallon gas cans, throw it in my pickup, I just drive right down the street, fill it up, and then drive back.
Yeah.
You know.
And we have people drive their Gators up and down our street here, but we're on a dead end, so we don't get a lot of traffic here. But people drive golf carts too, as long as they have lights on them, and turn signals, and the slow-moving vehicle triangle on the back and stuff like that. Actually, yesterday we had a guy show up on a Segway. I have not seen one of those since I watched that old movie Mall Cop. But he was going door to door trying to sell some like ant control, spider spray, or something like that. And I said, no, don't need that here. But
I didn't think they even made those anymore. I thought Segway became a robot lawnmower company now.
I don't know. Maybe it was just an old one or something. But I looked at it and I told him, I said, I haven't seen one of them in like forever.
Yeah,
that's funny. Nothing yet. I don't know, man. Maybe a bus on anyone joining the live with us today.
Are you guys neighbors?
He was selling solar panels. So we drive side by sides all the time. So my brother lives in Wisconsin. Well, two of my brothers actually. And I just coincidentally, I saw a picture of his side by side, and I was like, "What? You got plates on your side by side? You can drive them on the road?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Dude, that's awesome." He's like, "No, it's not." I'm like, "Why not?" He's like, "Look, by you, like my snowmobile's not registered because I ride it on private property. I don't have to have it registered." He said in Wisconsin, all 4-wheelers, ATVs, snowmobiles, side by sides, period, they have to be registered, or even if they're on private property. So they have plates. So they make you register and pay for a plate. And but the same token, they say you can ride it on the road. And I said, "Dude, I might buy side by side registered in Wisconsin and then drive it on the road in Illinois." I got a side by side I've never used. I'll trade you a laser for it. You want a fiber laser? I want a side by side. In Hawaii, I drive anything on the road.
They do in Mexico too. Be surprised what you see when you get just outside of the main downtown area. I've seen some really bizarre looking vehicles.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention like 10-year-olds driving.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, he's got a beer down between his legs.
He's 10 years old driving a semi. What the hell? He said, "I got 100 watt. You got 120." Bartering sometimes will get you a long way. I got an 03 Dodge Ram that's slammed and candy painted, flames. That's been sitting for like, wow, 7 years. And a buddy of mine's been after me, and I'm like, man, I don't know, I might sell it and buy me a side by side. We normally end our lives at 8:30, or is it 8?
8:30. Well, I guess it's 8:30 for you.
No, it's 8 o'clock. No. We do 2 hours.
Sorry,
6:30.
8:30. I meant we end at 8:30 for you.
Right, yeah. Yeah, we got 30 minutes, guys. So I don't know. I don't know who was. I already forgot who was entering the.
Kyle. No, not Kyle. David. Where'd he go?
David, but David is nowhere to be found. But I guess up until the end of the live, you have a choice to join.
Well, who else? Who else joined?
Nothing.
Gord left. Mickey left. Jack in the shop was there. He left too, though, didn't he? Or is he still here? No, he's here. He's still here. We're just talking to him.
Clayton, Joan, David. Damn it! Where are you at, David? We're about to choose another one. I don't know. No email. You don't have to put on lipstick and everything for us. You're good. Just come on as you are.
Please don't put on lipstick unless you're gender predisposed to do it.
Where you at, David? Hold on. Where's our special sound effects?
I mean, he was posting in the chat 10 minutes ago.
Well, I got something I could throw out there for a little bit to everybody.
Sure.
Have you ever been building something that's been selling like gangbusters and all of a sudden it just stopped? And do you know why? So I had that happen with something when COVID started. I used to make bat houses for housing. Bats are beneficial. But the big thing with it when COVID came out was the whole thing about it came from bats. And I had them up on Etsy and I finally had to pull it because I was getting all these comments about why would you promote something that generates these diseases? And so I don't sell bat houses anymore. I could probably start again, but we used to sell quite a few of them, and it's a pretty high profit item.
I had thought about doing it and putting a little bat on the actual. Dave just sent me an email. He said, sorry, here we go.
Yeah, I haven't had that experience because I generally only make one of anything.
I was gonna make it, and I was gonna put the little the old school Batman logo on it. I thought
not that that's cliche or anything.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The original.
Yeah.
Old school, yeah.
You're gonna put a light in the roof so that shines up to the sky.
Dave, I went ahead and sent you the link. Go ahead and jump in when you get a chance here. No, I thought it'd be cool. Because when I bought my house a long time ago, my electric used to be fed from the south of my property, and before I bought it, they redirected, and I'm fed from the north. So on my property, I have 3 poles that originally belonged to ComEd. They're just abandoned on my property, right? So somebody had put bat houses up there before I owned the property. So
we have a pole in our yard that nobody will stake claim to, but the city says I can't take it out. It's literally on our property. It's not in an easement either, but the city says it belongs to somebody. They have to be the ones to take it out. Well,
yeah, mine's dead in the center of my property. Like, there's no definitely not in the easement.
I mean, there's no lines on it. It's just a pole.
Yeah,
I have to mow around it all the time.
Is anybody going to notice if you cut it down?
Oh, I've got one particular neighbor that probably turned me in, but otherwise, I don't think anybody'd say anything.
Yeah, you always have that one Karen, right? All right, he
just
said he
accidentally hit it with a tractor or something and knock it out.
Yeah.
Nothing I could do. I just backed into it.
Say nothing else, just chainsaw and cut it off at ground level.
I saw some posts of a guy out by you, Roger. Guy with his boat, and the whole back end of the boat was still this much was in the water and that much was sticking out.
Well, go up on a wing dam.
Yeah, and he just left it.
Yeah, that happens here.
See, we have experts in the field here.
Yeah,
you have to cut it down to the middle.
It's a lot of work for a handsaw, though.
Yeah.
The problem is that the both of us work for the company would be cutting it down. So good luck explaining that one. Seriously, I didn't do it, guys. I didn't do it. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I could hire a beaver to come and eat it, but since I was creosote, they probably wouldn't touch it.
Dave jumped in.
There he is.
Hey, how's it going, Dave?
How are you doing?
Good. So you want to introduce yourself to our audience here, your name, where you're from, and how you joined the hobby and what you're doing?
My name is Dave Pingle, and I'm an old guy, as you can tell. And I got into this. Started with a CNC. During the COVID issues, and because it's something I'd always wanted to do, and I'm getting a feedback. But
You're hearing yourself?
yes.
Sometimes you have to lower your speaker a little bit
Yeah,
because your
sometimes.
mic picks up your own speaker. Yeah, it throws you off when you hear yourself. It makes it weird to talk.
About a half a second later.
Yeah.
Anyhow, and then everything I didn't like about CNCs was covered in lasers. It was just so much nicer to use them. I've been having a ball. I got my laser about a month ago, and just been having a ton of fun with it.
Nice.
Sweet.
So are you using it as a supplement income, generate income, or just a hobby, or?
Just a hobby.
Okay. Well, I would say welcome to the addiction, because you never own one.
Yeah, then a lot of
You
times
start
those hobbies end up being a business too. That can happen accidentally.
Yeah. So what didn't you like about a CNC that a laser can do?
What? I've got so many voices coming to me.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you've got to fasten everything down, and it's just a mess,
Yeah.
And it's loud.
Lots of sawdust.
Yeah, it's definitely a bigger learning curve, I would say.
But I still have my old CNC. It's a I'm still using the router on it rather than a spindle.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what type of CNC did you get, if you don't mind me asking?
The Onefinity woodworker.
No,
Nice.
that was my first Onefinity CNC, and then I upgraded to the Elite.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
It's a nice machine.
So, how many watt laser is it's a diode laser you have?
I have the Raleigh Lasermatic 1030.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely can make a wide variety of things with that laser.
Yeah,
for sure.
Lots of people rave about. I haven't heard anybody actually say anything bad about that laser, really. So.
Yeah. So how long have you had it?
About a month.
Okay. So you're fresh, you're new.
Yep.
And you hit the ground running. Was it a lot easier to learn versus your CNC?
Well, I spent a lot of time watching Roger, and I found him at that time, and I really enjoyed the videos he put out.
Well, appreciate that.
Now, it's a matter now of just figuring out how to do all this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the problem is when you first get a laser, you're kind of sensory overload, because you have to try to figure out what you want to do, because there's just so much you can do, right?
Yep.
And then and trial and error and accepting failures. We always say that there's no such thing as a failure, right? It's just a learned
all part of the learning curve.
Yeah, learning curve.
Yeah, you start. The first thing you cut is the cardboard box that your laser came in.
No, I didn't. I had material. I started cutting right away.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The problem is real material costs money, and if initially you're going to make a lot of mistakes, right?
Cardboard's free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You order lots of things from Amazon, and you'll have lots of cardboard to cut.
Well, I have a person who supplies me with with packing material that he gets from his company, and so I have a lot of stuff to cut.
Nice.
Awesome.
Pretty decent stuff. I got the 30 watt because the material he sent is about 3.32 inches thick, and I wanted to make sure I could get through it. So
Nice.
3 inches. Is it like foam you're cutting?
no, it's plywood, has a real nice finish on it,
Oh, wow.
and it seems like pretty decent stuff.
Nice.
It's decent because it's free.
So are you planning to make anything for this upcoming Halloween? Any plans for that?
Well, I've been learning how to do imaging, in Lightburn, and that's been real fun. I had made some birthday cards for relatives lately, and they turned out kind of cute. And
Cool.
Very cool. Yeah,
So
very
you've
cool.
been cutting like cardstock?
no, I'm cutting. I also get about 1/8 MDF,
Oh,
and that's been working pretty good.
so you're making cards out of like wood or MDF?
Yeah,
Wow.
Very cool.
little plaques.
Truly a card that lasts forever.
Or keep you warm in the winter.
Maybe.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely, what I initially thought I wanted to make when I bought a laser versus what I make now is nothing the same. But the only thing I would say is my wife would make fun of me because I had a notebook and I would write everything down. Is when you figure something out, write it down, create a spreadsheet, do something so that if you try to reduplicate that, you got it documented for sure.
Yeah,
Well, I wanted to get a class 1 laser because I'm going to give this laser to my grandkids, and I wanted to make sure they didn't do anything stupid, like look at the beam and stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
that's
no
important.
promises with kids. Steve always says material test, material test, material test, right?
Yeah,
I used to actually
do
when
too.
doing that, but
when I first started, I did a whole bunch of material tests for all the materials I wanted to use, and I made like a keychain out of them. So like just a chain with all these things cut, and it was flip through. Okay, corian. Okay, now I have the settings for that. It was now fortunately I just remember most of them, so it's not so bad anymore. But at least the common ones.
Yeah, they're saying, yes, setting up is one of the most important things. Yeah.
well, I had to make a call to Dimitri at Lasermatic to help me out on that. And he really did great.
Nice. Yeah, definitely having support within the industry is nice, and the community like us really helps a lot too. And I would say that the laser engraving and the CNC environment is a lot more welcoming than the traditional woodworking. You got a lot of they're a little harder to get along with sometimes.
Not welcome. We're not welcome to the people who do all the traditional things, but these spoons. My brother carves spoons by hand with like a scooping tool, and I said, "Well, I'll make one on a CNC," and I showed it to him the other day.
Well, I
and he
wanna
said,
do
well, you're
some
just
spoons.
cheating. It's like
I
what?
want to do some spoons with a friend of mine on a CNC at the makerspace, and
Yeah. So the comment we hear again and again is that from woodworkers, laser engraving, CNCs, etc., is not woodworking. When I would first originally post my content, because I was doing woodworking things, and all of a sudden I had a laser, and I was brutally attacked for posting any kind of that information on those sites. It was nuts.
Gatekeeping is the polite term. Yeah.
Yep.
Elitism might be a better word.
I still have about 5 voices coming through here at the. I probably should break this off because let me try one.
Yeah, Dave, if the volume's up a little bit, sometimes what happens when you hear us, it picks it back up the mic and it creates this
Well,
weird echo.
If I turn the volume down,
Yeah, I normally turn my volume down low enough to I can. It needs.
if I turn
you
it
know,
down, I can't hear you.
right. You want to just lower it down to enough to where it needs to be.
So I wear a headset because I'm hard of hearing to start with, so I'd have to have the speaker so loud that the mic could pick it up.
Yeah, welcome to our world. Yeah. No, thank you for joining. That's cool. So, what area in the country are you from?
I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Oh, not too far from Rick and I.
Yeah. We're in Illinois. I ride my Harley up to Milwaukee once in a while. Yeah, I ride my Harley up to Milwaukee once in a while.
I'm sorry?
I ride my Harley up to Milwaukee once in a while.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you both are from Illinois, right? You and
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, opposite sides of the state, but we're both still in northern Illinois.
I tried to get Roger to sell me one of his oversupply of lasers, but he just wouldn't have that.
Yeah, I use most of them. Here, we get closer to Christmas, I'll probably have 5 or 6 running at a time. So.
Yeah, so I haven't come up on any Christmas ideas. I'm still stuck on Halloween, but I guess as others were saying, they're already starting to make Christmas. So designs, I better start thinking.
Well, I'm working on the Halloween stuff right now for a couple shops, and I get that out of the way. I'll be starting on the Christmas stuff.
I have a fat boy for a fat boy. She's Candy Brandy Wine and Ghost Pattern Flames and Stage 3, Screaming Eagle Exhaust. Anything come off is chromed. Yeah, I got the HID conversion headlight and relocate taillights in the back. Then it's dropped.
I just hate painting though, so that's another nice thing about the lasers, except everything I produce is black and white now.
You know what I've been doing with a lot of woodworking with the lasers, stain, but stain comes in every single color, and it appears to you can take the stain off pretty easy.
I don't use solid wood. The wood I use is plywood.
Okay.
And so.
Yeah.
Yeah, wood dyes are fun to play with too if you get a hold of some.
This is plywood. 3/4 inch plywood.
Uh-huh.
That's stain.
Yeah, well, you guys are way ahead of me as far. I just got into light burn, within the last year.
So what I like to do when I'm engraving something that I want to put a different color is I just cover the entire thing in masking tape so I can laser engrave the letters, and then I can paint as sloppy as I'd like because there's tape over it. And then when you pull the masking tape, it peels so easy. Feels real nice.
Yeah, I'll do that with sometimes with just polyacrylic or something, couple coats.
Well, I invested
and then do the engraving.
Some 6-inch masking tape,
Yep.
and tried to, pull out the letters and paint them, and that just did not work out. When I took the tape off at the end, there was residue from the tape sticking on and everything, and it just was not a good thing.
Oh, you got to get the blue painter's tape or get the or transfer tape.
Yeah, you can use vinyl too, vinyl film.
So
yeah,
there's a company.
like we have vinyl cutters, I've got a Cricut Maker here. We use the tape to transfer the letters onto something. I'll use that tape to mask something and then do my painting and then pull it off afterwards.
There's a company called Sign Outlet. If you Google signoutlet.com, they're in Lisle, Illinois. They're mostly for like vinyls type stuff, but you can buy masking tape at any size you can imagine.
Uh-huh.
And they tell you the different strengths as well. So you may not want the strongest masking tape because you don't want it to leave a residue. You know, it's a temporary thing. So masking tape's pretty cheap, and because they're local to us, it's going to cost next to nothing to ship.
Well, I'll have to consider looking into that.
Yeah.
Sean's working on awards.
I work for Pike Electric. Pike Electric, so a lot of stuff I make is lineman related. Nice one.
He's one of you guys.
No, I'm an inside wireman. Rick is a lineman.
Yeah. I'm local 9.
I'm local 145, retired.
You want me to do it?
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Do it.
Well, I've really enjoyed your site here. That's really pretty stuff.
I keep it in my back pocket, so when the lineman stuff comes up, Steve laughs because he knows I keep it in my back pocket.
It's like it's like a switchblade. You just whip it out real quick.
But then it doesn't take much to impress me.
No, that's a pretty impressive coin, no matter what.
Well, we're down to about 4 minutes here, so if anybody's got any questions, fire them this way.
Clayton already knew the coin was coming out.
Yeah.
3 minutes left, guys. Got any questions? Let us know. And remember, next week, I won't be here, so the guys are holding it down in the fort. But the week after, make sure you 100% join, because that's where we're giving away the free laser.
Yeah. So next week, we're having a contest to give away all of Rick's stuff.
So there's a couple different ways you can bring it to a polish, because that's one thing. You see all these people, they're making all these coins with a fiber laser, and what they don't show you is that when it's done, it looks like this, right? Looks like crap. There's no polish to it at all, right?
Well, they usually don't have a hole all the way through them either.
Well, I went too far, and this is the silver versus the gold, right?
Yeah.
But the hairline. So this is the marine one that I did. This is on silver. But what I use is let me just show you this one. It's throwing me off. There you go. I just do it by hand with a little I think it's called. Oh, it's already put away. The little hand buffer. It's on a rotary tool.
Little Dremel buffing wheels.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I went on Amazon, and actually I'll show you the. So I'll hit it with this, or I hit it with one of these. And I just bought these off Amazon. They're not expensive at all. Why can't I get it open? These guys, right? And I use polishing compound for a car.
Yeah, that's what I use too.
Yeah. Polishing compound for a car.
I use that for a lot of things, actually.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of dust.
Material can you use to make a wall clock other than pretty much everything? MDF, acrylic, veneer.
That's pretty much all I've used.
Yeah.
Oh, solid wood. I've done one with walnut and maple laminated together in strips.
Yeah. Solid would be probably the next best thing. If you're, I assume you're laser engraving. If you have a CNC, you could take a piece of aluminum plate and engrave it, or brass. If you had something that was already cut in the shape of a clock, you could use stainless steel and engrave all the numbers and seconds in it that way. Be heavy though. Oh, 150 watt CO2 laser. Well, you can do pretty much anything you want.
So someone has said, I thought you would have a vibrating tumbler. So to do the polishing, and I think we talked about it once before. I haven't reached back out to and talked to them, but the daughter of the owner of Rolex, I think you said you saw one or have one, right, Steve?
No, I want to get one actually.
Yeah, the daughter.
Like you can buy things that like they tend to be used for rock tumblers, but you can put like walnut shells and stuff in them if you want.
They also make plastic beads you mix with cerium oxide.
Yeah,
It gives a real brilliant polish to things.
Yeah. So I'll find a link and I'll next time we're at a live, I'll share it. But the owner of Rolex, his daughter invented this polisher, and they were using it to do the watches. And what's crazy is when it spins, you can see through it.
yeah. It uses pins or something like little pins in the.
So I was talking with them before. And then I don't know where sometimes you get squirrel, right? But I may follow up that conversation, see if I can get one of those. It wasn't, if you were making a decent amount of coins, polishing takes a lot of time. So it would definitely be worth, investing in something like that. You're trying to pump out 100 coins or something. But yeah. Looks like we're at time, guys.
All right.
Yep.
We just hit time, guys. Thank you. I appreciate everyone joining our live. We had some good discussions today. We had a couple winners.
Couldn't find them, but we had them.
Yeah, I'll miss you on the next live, but you guys can hang out with the guys. See you on the next one. We do the laser giveaway. Make sure if you're not already, you subscribe to each one of our channels, comment at least one of our videos, and share at least one of our videos.
Who's gonna start the stream next week if you're not here? Is Conrad back?
I'll give you admin.
Don't do that. That just messes me up, man.
I'll talk to Conrad and see if he is.
See if he's back.
Yeah. Otherwise, we maybe just set up a bogus email.
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
Right. Just not your primary email.
Just a shoptalk@gmail.com kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I have 10 different email addresses, so
we can make up a different email just to start the live, and you can then join with your normal. We'll talk offline, but thank you everyone for joining. Appreciate you joining us, and I'm looking forward to giving away a laser.
Okay, we'll see you all next week.
Take care, everyone.
Take it easy, guys.
Ciao.